All right, let's just go with it. Tincture day. Tincture, tincture. Tincture, tincture. They're very cheap. It's a really cool thing I was shown. Like, okay, so calendula going in. You basically want to get different flavonoids out of the herbs. So you can blend them, and basically you want to keep the oxidation a bit low so you don't like blend the crap out of them necessarily, but in my opinion you don't want to be a perfectionist, because anytime you're basically stirring up the herbs, you're gonna get a good result out of it. Like, I'm so pro herb, that's why I want to make this, and incorporating herbs is something that anybody can do, and wish I would have started incorporating herbs a lot sooner in my life. So yeah, we have calendula, very soothing. Malva is marshmallow, so also very soothing. And yeah, back to the theory about like the flavonoids and the extraction of the herbs. You kind of want to get different ranges of the flavonoids. So we'll do like basically a stronger blend, put more herbs in, get a little bit less of a blend, and then at the end we put in just unblended herbs as well, and then you let it sit for a few weeks in a dark, somewhat cool place. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here, but yeah, maybe I'll just go over the herbs, and then I don't want this to be too long. But yeah, even going to put in a little bit of eucalyptus, because I just noticed that like I really like the way that it feels. Like, I'm not going to put in too much, or like really, that's not really like a popular one, and like I'm not really a big fan of taking some of the stronger ones every single day or for every situation. But like for most people, I think they would appreciate the soothing herbs. For instance, the milk thistle. So we have here the milk thistle. And yeah, maybe I can just speak about some of the soothing ones. So we have marshmallow, ginkgo biloba, also relatively soothing, good for blood flow. We know milk thistle, good for the liver. Marshmallow, very soothing, also soothing on the like upper GI from what I've experienced. I'm also, for me, since I'm a bit experienced, going to include some Cascara Sagrada, just because I have good experience, and not that much, but I have good experience with Cascara. It makes you go to the restroom quite predictably. Yeah, I've just never included Cascara Sagrada in a tincture, so I want to experiment with that. But yeah, I hope you guys like this setup here. The sunny day, we just realized that it's a cool place to make a video. And we have here, oh gosh, what is this one called? It's the artichoke. Artichoke also, it pairs really good with the milk thistle. Like, almost, if I were to take just two herbs together, it would be milk thistle and artichoke. They just pair really well. Artichoke is probably even more soothing. It seems like a little bit gelatinous. Yeah, I don't have any slippery elm, but slippery elm also very soothing. So I really like slippery elm as well. So maybe the trifecta, if you were to do three herbs, it would be slippery elm, milk thistle, and artichoke. Yeah. Those ones really are like digestive. They're mostly focused on the digestive system. And sometimes you can go at things in a little bit of a different way. Like, for instance, ginkgo biloba and even cayenne. I'm actually going to put a little bit of cayenne in the tincture because ginkgo and cayenne are great for blood flow. So, like, in my personal theory, you know, it's like the whole body's a system, and herbs are pretty much going to help everything. Like, at the very least, you know, from my experience, I've just noticed that they are, you know, kind of like antioxidants that just they kind of soothe the oxidation that's going on. At least on a subjective level, that's what I feel. So, yeah, I'm also going to put a little bit of rosemary in there because rosemary is also one of these more kind of really robust herbs that I've just noticed good effects from rosemary and eucalyptus, putting them in water and doing like teas out of them. So I'm basically putting things in here that I've done in teas and had good experience with the teas. And then some of them I have made a few tinctures before and really enjoyed the tincture, but some of them are new, some of them are from previous tinctures. So that's pretty much it on what we're going to put in here. And we actually are going to go with like just some gin, you know, and you're not drinking it. I go with just a cheap alcohol because if you think about it, you're doing like 30 drops in one tincture, and 30 drops is nowhere near even maybe, it's probably way less, it's probably 10% of one single small tiny shot. So you're not really getting that much alcohol. For me, I think that the alcohol helps drive the herbs like deeper into the cells. Like, you know, one of the reasons why too much alcohol is bad for you is because it permeates your whole system. You know, you smell like alcohol, but in a small amount, it's not overwhelming the whole system, but it can kind of get into those like tissues a little bit, and it brings the herbs with them when it's getting into these like, you know, fatty lymphatic tissues. Coming through is sometimes challenging. So that's why I like tinctures, for this ability to kind of get into the deeper parts of the body, like the lymphatic system. And one thing you can do if you don't want the alcohol at all, I mean, some people just really want to kind of keep the system, you know, they don't even want to kind of get even 1 inch close to something like alcohol. So another option is to put the tincture in like a tea. So you can make like a herbal tea, actually, like with all these same ingredients. And then, you know, when you are done boiling the water, you just put the tincture in first, and then the boiling water will neutralize the alcohol. Otherwise, online, I've tried some glycerin tinctures like that I just bought from an online store, you know, and I really do like glycerin tinctures, although for me, I found the alcohol ones to be a bit stronger, and like, I really like strong herbs because I have a lot of experience with herbs, so I know how to manage some of the negative effects. Like sometimes things when kind of like the body is receiving this higher energy, it kind of can wake up the old system, and I've seen parasites come out. So sometimes that's like a painful process. Like parasites don't want to come out of you. So, you know, sometimes you can get like a little bit of upset stomach from like herbs, and I do fruit cleansing. So, occasionally you have a bit of an upset stomach or something like that. And in general, if I feel any kind of like headache or something from either fruit fasting or taking a ton of herbs, I will actually have 1 drop of peppermint essential oil in water. Basically it's one, for me, I just take 1 drop of peppermint essential oil in 2 cups of water. And that has actually just taken out headaches or taken out digestive distress immediately that have been due to heavy herbs, or sometimes fruit can do it too. I mean, I had a friend who ate fast food every single day for every single, probably 4 times a day was eating fast food for his whole life, and then just by shopping at the grocery store and starting the day with oatmeal and Whole Foods, he within the first week was having this kind of headache situation and all sorts of weird detox symptoms actually. So for me, I found peppermint to be the best for there. And some people are also really sensitive. I seem to not be. That's why I do everything kind of in a strong way, and that's what works best for me. But some people maybe would just like to do peppermint tea to just kind of neutralize a lot of the process. Because what I found that happens is that the body gets into this mode of detox. You are giving digestive rest often. Let's say you're doing a juice fast or a fruit fast or something like that. And the body is like, wow, finally I can start to move these things to the exits, But then sometimes the body is, imagine you have, it's whatever they say it is, some huge digestive tract going on, and the body's just like a huge machine. You cannot just turn things over in one day. So the body, though, is trying to get rid of these acids in some of the deeper tissues that it's been holding on to. All of the node points here are lymphatic points, and that's the sewer system of the body. And it actually then will dump, it's more the sewer system for the cellular waste, and the cellular waste and all this stuff, then it will start to push things into the digestive tract because the parasites are getting out of the way. It's supported by high energy foods, things are coming out, and these lymph nodes want to be getting rid of all this stuff that they've been holding onto and been buffering in the fat cells for years and decades or whatever. And so it's ready to get rid of them finally, but sometimes the body just goes too fast in dumping these things to the digestive system. And so then that's why you'll get sometimes the stomach ache, and then actually a little bit of that stuff will get into the blood a little bit. That's why you get a bit of a nauseous feeling. It's called the Herxheimer effect. They actually discovered it when they brought about antibiotics for the first time, and they were killing all this stuff with medicine. But yeah, the toxins that the body's trying to get rid of, they kind of dump too fast in the digestive tract, and the digestive tract can't keep up because it's already working really hard, and some of that gets into the blood, and then it will cause a headache for a few hours or whatever, and can cause flu-like symptoms, sweating, because the body's trying to deal with all these toxins, and you sweat, you get a headache, you get a bit nauseous, and peppermint is the best thing that I found to neutralize this process because it kills that sort of overflow, or more properly neutralizes these toxins that could be dumped back into the bloodstream. But the peppermint neutralizes the toxins, and then boom, all of a sudden, for me, I feel better immediately. But some people are afraid to get too much into a detox because of these detox symptoms, but really it's quite manageable. I mean, I have had a few hours of it's not fun for a few hours, but that was after 18 days on watermelon and herbs. And also it was watermelon, limes, and herbs 100% for 18 days. And then on the 18th day, I did not feel good for 4 hours. It was quite it was a bit intense for me, but that's the worst one that I've ever felt, and I've done a few cleanses. And typically, it's just a little bit of like a stomach upset, and it's kind of funny because it is actually pretty, like, the symptoms are easy to see. Like, as I've done multiple cleanses, if you know my backstory, I had a really bad issue with the prescription drug, and that's what got me on my cleansing journey. And it's just been a real booger to try to get my body back from this prescription drug. So I've done a lot of cleansing over the years, and it's really cool because you can do one cleanse and by yourself, like, months of like energy, and like in my case, like eating bad again. But I have had fun doing that and traveling the world and being like a normal human being again. But then I'm like, oh, now I have to go back and cleanse again. But since I've cleansed so much, I know kind of the process and the feeling of what different herbs do, what fruit diets do, what juicing does, what I've even done like I did vegan keto. So yeah, I kind of just have some experience. And when it comes to the Herx, specifically, it's the Herxheimer effect. But yeah, it has like this interesting thing where like I feel like kind of like the sharp pain. It's like a very distinct pain, and but it's not usually too bad. But I feel it typically at like sort of like this node right here. There's like a lymph node right here actually. And I feel this sharp pain in my stomach, and I feel a sharp pain in this lymph node. And I'm like, weird, like I should massage here more. By the way, I just started following this guy, I forget his name, but he says to really focus on massaging your chest for those lymph nodes. Because I mean, that's kind of like the bottom point where all these, there's lymph nodes up here, there's lymph nodes. It's really, nice to massage these things. Up here, top part, but down here. And he says to start here, which is what I've been doing. So you can start like in here and in here. And like massages are good, lymph node massages are good. I mean, really great when you pair with this digestive rest concept or the herbs. And so, yeah, that's what I'm about. Herbs, digestive rest, having fun, but like understanding sort of the energetics, or, what is kind of like what you can get away with for me and what you can't, and like some of these cheat codes, because it really is like having a cheat code, I feel. And that is what we are trying to create here, a cheat code tincture. So I'll show you the end product. I'm just going to pause this real quick and blend it and do all that real quick. Okay, so I included some of the pulsing in there to show you the pulsing. But with this here, you can see a bit, it is, the alcohol is brown. So just to give you an idea about how you can play with this, making a tincture is not such a specific process. This I will basically leave for 2 weeks, but really I could actually use this even right now. Just if I were to just take a dropper or whatever, just use a few drops, like it would be fine. It will be fine in 1 week. And what I will do is I will add more herbs. Like every day, every few days, I'll just sprinkle in a little bit more herbs. That way I get this broad spectrum of herbs in the tincture. And I will let this one sit for a few days, and then I will add a few more herbs with the rest of the alcohol, and then let that sit. And yeah, we're really just extracting the herbs with the alcohol. So it's not such a specific process. There is a little bit of, if you overly blend the herbs, then you are kind of like oxidizing the herbs too much, and we don't want that, because we want the herbs to be using those antioxidant properties inside the body. So, but with doing the blending, I did the pulsing instead of the full blending, so you actually will have a little bit less oxidation, but still get them basically agitated. So we're agitating the herbs, we're soaking them, we're extracting them, and that's basically the process. And I think we have a good blend here. We use just like a couple of herbs, and this is going to turn out to be like pennies on the dollar cheaper than buying them at the store. So yeah, I hope this has been enjoyable for you guys. I'll show you again the tincture we have so far. We have here, we put in the gin actually, and these were the herbs used. I hope that's been helpful and enjoyable for you guys. So have a good day, and bye.